Now, listen, you guys, not Armon Wiggins out there fangirling over Nicki Minaj at her show, and Nicki seemingly noticing him in the crowd. Now, we're also going to be talking about Beyonce being accused of deflecting, during this entire situation with Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z. Of course, Dame Dash seems to be proving what Nicki Minaj was saying about these paid media platforms, and Miss Red brought out Jetavia to perform with her. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello tea lovers and welcome to the tea blog. I trust you guys are doing well and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing, and without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So first of all, let us talk about Armon Wiggins. All right, so Armon Wiggins, like I told you yesterday, was super excited to go to Gig City as the fan that he is. Okay, now I'm always saying on this channel that listen, people can pretend to not like Nicki Minaj and stuff, but deep down, majority of these people that are on the internet bashing Nicki Minaj are low-key fans, or basically people who can't afford to buy a music or go to a show. So now they resort to doing these things to make themselves feel better. Okay, so yeah, he finally decided to attend Gig City, and when he came back, he was so excited, super excited, tweeting up on a storm and basically saying that, oh wow, Nicki Minaj noticed me. Like, he was super excited about Nicki Minaj seemingly noticing him. Now, first of all, this is what he tweeted. He said, the emperor of Gig City has arrived. Hashtag Nicki Minaj at Nicki Minaj. And then he posted a couple of pictures and footage of himself wearing a pink coat. Like, I know deep down he's been wanting to do this for a long time, but he just has to act like, oh, she's boring. Oh, her music is boring. Oh, it's becoming. But here you are wanting to claim your position as the emperor in Gig City, okay? But that's not all that he decided to share. Wait, before I tell you about the moment that Nicki Minaj seemingly noticed him, let us talk about Pedro. Pedro is not having it. Pedro is not having anybody coming through to take his place, okay? This is what he said. He said, Emperor, no tea, no shade. The look is okay. But Emperor, no honey. You have a long way to be the Emperor of Gig City. Leave that to Pedrocito. You can be the peasant and watch the Emperor conga. No tea, no shade, okay? So Pedro was like, that's my spot, okay? I've been doing the Emperor thing for the longest of time while you were there on your channel trying to play on Nicki Minaj's name, okay? So clearly Pedro was not having it. And so Armon said yet another thing. He said, Nicki just cloaked I was in the building and gigged. I love you, Nick. At Nicki Minaj. Oh my God. Armon Wiggins, sometimes, no matter how you may want to get mad at him for being, weird sometimes, clearly he's just a fan. He's been a fan until, the Transformer started giving him attention, of course. And as somebody who loves attention from celebrities, that's why he started going hard for the Transformer. But deep down, you can tell that he's a fan. But Nicki just won't give him the acknowledgement that he so craves for, like what the Transformer offered to him. And then Armon said, why Nicki just asked me what I'm doing here. He was super excited, as you can tell, you guys, but I don't blame him. I mean, who wouldn't? Okay, and he also posted a video of Nicki Minaj seemingly saying, that he is in the building, and she smiled. Actually, that interaction was a little bit cute, if you actually ask me, because she didn't look like she was mad at Armon Wiggins. It didn't look like somebody who was mad at all. It looked like somebody who actually smiled, and that's one thing about Nicki Minaj. She's always gracious. Like, you can spew all kind of nonsense about her and things like that, but I think it takes a lot to get her to the point where she's like, nah, you've crossed the line. It's unforgivable. I feel like you have to have done something, I don't know, ridiculously insane. Because with that video, honestly, if it were me, and I'd seen Armon Wiggins, it would have been different. But I guess that's why she is the queen, that she is. And some people were like, oh, well, that's the same reaction that she gave to that stalker. She was just being polite with it, but she didn't want to see you in Gig City. And some people were like, oh, well, if I had seen somebody who's always talking smack about me at my show, actually paying for my show, I would also feel some type of way. So let me know what you think about Armon Wiggins fangirling over the queen of rap, Nicki Minaj. Now, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Beyonce. So it seems like people are accusing Beyonce of trying to distract the general public from the issue at hand. Now, you guys do know that Nicki Minaj took to her Twitter to basically light the behind out of Beyonce's husband's behind. And it seems like Beyonce then found it necessary in that moment to post a video of her behind the scenes, footage. And people were like, oh my God, it seems like what people are always saying is the truth. People started saying, do you notice that each time the husband has got some form of negative PR, in comes the wife with a post or something like that, something to get people's attention off the husband. And so people are clocking that. And yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what do you think about Beyonce all of a sudden coming through with the BTS image, footage of, her shoots about her hair care? Do you think that that was done to distract people from the actual matter at hand? Now, that being said, still talking about publicity and deflection, Dame Dash is coming through with his own side of things. He's out there debunking the rumor that, well, him, Aaliyah, the parties and things like that. And he said, oh, well, he only attended the party once. And I'm like, listen, you were there at the parties and the Aaliyah rumors and things like that. So I'm still giving you the side eye. In my own opinion, I'm still giving you the side eye because, yeah. But that being said, there's another thing that he also said. He said that, well, he feels like a certain somebody is paying people to come and speak negatively of her. And these are the same people that Nicki Minaj was cloaking yesterday, saying that, well, it seems like somebody is sending them to say negative things about Nicki Minaj and to basically sanitize that person. And so people are saying that, well, do you see how vindicated Nicki Minaj is? The same thing that she was saying that, well, all these journalists, that Laffy Taffy aliens and all of them names that Nicki Minaj was naming yesterday, they are on somebody's payroll and they do his dirty work. But one thing that I know is that every dog really has its own day. So allow me to insert a snippet of what Dame had to say, and then I will see you after that.
There's certain people that always are defending certain people and talking about me. And I know that they're sent to do it. And Steve Stout's one of those burger face, will do anything anybody tells him for $1, hate his culture. And I just want to know who sent you, but you're making it obvious. And why you won't leave me the fuck alone. You know what I mean? I ran from him. That's the funniest shit. In front of my girl. The lies on TV is like, I'm going to say something. Why would you do that? Again, I'm doing so bad. Drop a network, Steve Stout. Let's do that competition. Let's do the drop a network competition. Let's do that. Yeah, they gotta put some respect.
Well, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Miss Red and Jetavia. Now, the last time I spoke about Miss Red, I was talking about how she brought out, Paprika Spice to perform with her at one of her shows. And it seems like now she decided to bring out Jetavia. Jetavia came out, she did her thing, they performed together. It seems like they were having such a great time, in my own opinion. So, yeah, JT also took to her Twitter and her Instagram to share footage from that night. And they're exchanging love and showing each other some love. And with Miss Red, she is really a ghost girl. She really doesn't care about what everybody else has got going on. And she's just about vibes, man. And I love that for Miss Red, all right? As for Jetavia, I don't know. Let's see how her career is going to do, because if indeed she had that deal with Fraudulent Nation, I'm nervous on her behalf. Like, she was doing so well before them. I hope they will not do to her what they did to Ken the Man. I'm sorry. Look at me saying Ken the Barbie. What they did to Ken the Man. I hope they're not gonna take her and basically shelve her. Okay. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about the two of them performing together. Now, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Halle Bailey. It seems like Halle Bailey is not here for the shenanigans and the nonsense of the internet. She is tired. The girl is tired of people spinning narratives and things like that, that she decided to address that entire thing. She said, I'm so sick of people thinking it's okay to speak on my career and my child. Leave us alone. I rebuke every negative word on this app, and I hope the people who are so concerned about my life put that energy into themselves. God will continue to cover and protect my family. So I don't know what's tea with that. I don't know. Lately, was there any negative publicity, or like, was she getting dragged? I don't know. Maybe I missed something. Like, what's tea, you guys? Is there anything that happened? I tried to check to see, okay, what could have triggered that, but I still haven't found anything, because the last picture of hers that I saw was a very cute picture of herself and her son. They had their little bandanas together. That's the last picture that I saw of her, and I don't think that anyone would hate on that. Is there anyone who would actually do that? Because I felt like it was so cute, and she really doesn't bother anyone. So, like, what's happening? Let me know in the comment section, you guys. And the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Asha and Pink. Okay, so these two celebrities have decided to deactivate their ex account. Well, they didn't deactivate, they deleted everything, they wiped everything clean. And so people are beginning to ask questions like, Asha, we all know the strong relationship that you had with the Didla. What is now prompting you to wipe up your Twitter if you're innocent? Because people have always said, well, the Didla kind of took advantage and things like that. And so people are like, okay, unless you also, because if you're the victim, I don't see the reason why one would shake enough to want to delete their tweets. Unless, of course, if the whole Justin Bieber thing is a thing where he might feel like, and also Pink, you guys. Pink also decided to wipe off everything. So of course people have questions, thinking that the two might have ties to whatever that is happening in as far as the Didla is concerned. Now, all I'm saying is that 2024 is going to end on an interesting note, and 2025 is also going to be very interesting, because I do see a lot of celebrities getting into hot soup behind the Didla situation. I think if they don't mess with that man, and if that man does not mess with his own life, I think that is going to be a long trial. I think it's going to be a very, very long trial. Okay. And yeah, we'll be here waiting to see, waiting to comment, and waiting to see if, especially those men who are in the comment section saying, oh, you guys just dislike the man from Fraudulent Nation. He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire. So we cannot listen to Nicki Minaj over that billionaire. And I'm like, is that not the same thing that you said previously when people tried to tell you about the Didla? You guys would say he's rich, he's successful. You make it seem as if just because somebody is rich, it means that they cannot do any evil, which does not make any sense. Like, you can't come to me arguing that the man from Fraudulent Nation didn't do anything because he's rich. Like, seriously. Like, come on. If you're going to come arguing, bring better facts in the comment section. Don't be coming here saying just because he's married to Beyonce, or just because he is a billionaire, then he cannot do no such. Boy, bye. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about that. In other news, academics is out there gagging over his sugar daddy. Of course, Drake. I'm joking about the sugar daddy part. But yeah, he's gagging over Judas Degrassi, and he seems to have noticed that in the tweet and the leaked audio that was between Johnny and the Judas Degrassi, he managed to actually notice that this man is talking about being in a Live Nation kind of S word, and yeah, so he's pointing out that he must have gotten quite a huge bag, and allegedly the man was getting paid 3.5 million per show when he was touring. Imagine that, you guys, 3.5 million per show, and multiply that by the number of tours that he did. And I'm just like, this man has been getting a bag. Like, wow. he has indeed been getting a bag. Now that made me curious to know what Nicki Minaj is getting also pay show for this tour that she's doing. I wonder how much she's getting. Where can we get that information? But anyway, yeah, let me just set what that Demix had to say about Drake and of course all the money that he's getting. And I do not think that after I said that I'm gonna be coming back. So that being said, thank you very much you guys for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. I post each and every single day, and I keep you updated on what's happening in the celebrity world on Instagram, on Twitter, and about all things trending. Until my next one, see you.
This message, let's read it. So this is Drake. Drake says, I respect this a lot. Basically, I guess she sends a 5-minute message almost saying, okay, I understand. Something like that, right? Drake says, I respect this a lot, and I hear you loud and clear. I want to hang. Of course, he's still going to lie to her. Drake, you're a fuck. About this last part of the message, he said, right now my life is on slave mode to Live Nation. Right now my life is on slave to Live Nation mode. Oh my God, this makes sense. Why Drake was touring so much. Drake must have got the craziest bag in history from Live Nation, because everybody, including Joe Budden, said, why is this? The nigga went on like first of all, he has the record for, look, biggest hip-hop tour ever, highest grossing hip-hop tour ever. Look, it's Drake, it's a blur. Look 216 million, right? Like to compare it to anybody else, let's just go to number one. Like Aubrey's not, like, it's the GOAT, right? 216 million. Oh, never mind. Oh shit, no, I think, is this all shows? Oh, this might be all shows. It says 500 million. Yeah, this is all shows. But I think it's a blur, and then I think Kendrick's number 2, low key. Here's the point, right? Oh my God, oh, my computer freezing. Here's the point, right? When Drake says this, I'm like, oh shit. Joe Budden had a theory that Drake was locked in like some 360 after rapping about getting the $400 million from Universal, that had him just constantly touring. Maybe that was part of the deal, and maybe that was part of the 400, but regardless, it was a deal. Clearly, that's why Drake was going so hard. And this is, again, with all due respect to Johnny Blaze, you're cool, I respect you, I have no beef with you despite what I said just now, but we give a last message. So thank you for this whole thread leak with you and Drake. This is all we care about, this last part. Drake admits that his life is on slave to Live Nation mode, so please don't take it personal. I got 7 shows left I gotta finish. So if we want to go back in time, we could probably go to It's a Blur tour, and we could probably figure out around when he texted her, right? If it was 7 shows to go, it would probably be these, or maybe, no, that's canceled. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, around Oklahoma City, so around here, March. So this was in March. Okay. All right. But wow. That kind of makes sense if you've been speculating, because I ain't gonna lie, Drake, I went to Drake's tour like 3 times. You feel what I'm saying? Like, of course, I love watching my favorite artists, like, just to go. But like, Drake performed 8 times in New York the first time around. Toured the world with motherfuckers. Then 21 Savage did some other. And then he went to Canada, and J. Cole didn't go to Canada. Then he picked up Travis in Canada. I was like, what the? Drake is everywhere. Now we get to realize it must have been a bag and a half. I did the math. When I did the math on what everybody was getting paid, 21 Savage was getting paid around $500,000. Drake was getting paid about $3.5 million per performance. Everything was arena venues. So it was about $4 million that they were getting paid. Or slated to get paid. if we really gross how much that deal could have been, let's say Drake took a little bit less. Let's say he took $3 million per performance. Wow, that was a deal. Like, how many tour dates was on that, right? Let's think about it, right? Let's say he was getting $3 million of performance. It was 80 shows. 3 times 80, $240 million. So 3 million times 80 shows, that's $240 million. You know, it's probably like an even number. Like, so it's probably like a $250 million like deal that was probably made. I gotta be honest with you, like, that's the Drake's about that bag, bro. Get $250 million to go on tour. Yeah, 80 tour dates is a lot, but you get $250 million. That jet don't gas itself. My boy is getting $250 million from tour, $400 million from the goddamn record deal. He's getting what else? He's getting allegedly $185 million from Stake. Yo, Drake is like a money whore. Yo, if you think that Drake is not playing with the billions, you're stupid. All these numbers I'm telling you is all legit numbers. I'm telling you. I heard his deal with Stake is $185 million to just gamble sometimes. Like, come on. 180. Yo, I'm pocket watching. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I do. $185 million there. Let's say he got $250 million for the tour.